The Manchester United squad clear-out continues, and it's time to try and make some signings. A big shout out to everyone that commented on the last video giving us suggestions for this series. Remember, this club is as much yours as it is mine. Let me know in the comments down below who we should sign, who we should sell, and what we should do with the players that are left. Someone I asked a lot of questions about last episode was Rashford and what we should do with him. Should we sell him? Should we keep him? Well, IOXQ. I don't know how to pronounce that. Let me know in the comments down below. But he said keep Rashford, but turn him into a striker, which is interesting because he has been playing striker in real life at the moment, and it's something we can do in this game. Of course, you can change their positions. I could change him to a freaking defensive mid if I really wanted to. I won't, but you could literally change him to anything you want. So we'll go for a striker. It'll improve his finishing, attacking positioning, and his volleys, and his strength, and his heading accuracy. So change to striker. It says it should only take 2 weeks, so he will be available as a striker pretty soon. Assuming Garnacho does go on loan, it does leave us a little bit short on the left-hand side with just Sancho in that position if Rashford changes to striker. So we're looking for a left winger, someone to play underneath Sancho. Let me know in the comments who that could be. And it does leave us probably selling Martial for sure now. If we've got Rashford underneath Ronaldo, if we get a young striker to kind of back those two up, Martial is kind of surplus to requirements. Next up, I've got a comment from Marbles and More, and they've said about 2 centre-backs that we could look at to potentially come in and support the ones we've already got. Now, Connor Cody was one of them. Unfortunately, he is on loan at Everton and cannot be signed at the moment. And the other one was Saliba from Arsenal. Now, this would be a huge signing. He's been playing very well in the Premier League in real life, and I think that it's going to be hard to get him away from Arsenal. However, we will scout him. He is an exciting prospect, and it's exactly the sort of player we want in the club. Our final suggestion comes from Finn, and it's a striker, and it's Osimhen. Now, with Rashford turning into a striker, we've already got Ronaldo. I would argue we don't need someone of Osimhen's caliber at the moment. We're probably looking at a slightly younger player, maybe 18, 19, 20, who's not going to be valued at 50 million. We're doing this rebuild with quite a level head on our shoulders. We're not going out and spending loads of money. And I think that Osimhen as a backup striker would be a little bit wasted. It's a very good shout. Let me know in the comments. I'll add him to the shortlist for now, and you guys can let me know whether to go ahead with it. Okay, Bayern Munich have come in for Luke Shaw. This is an interesting one. They've offered 19.7 mil. I'm going to try and get a little bit more out of them. Do you reckon they'll do a straight swap for Alphonso Davies? So I've asked for 21.7. A little bit more. They've gone down to 19.7. Yeah, that, I don't know. I've asked for more of a sell-on percentage, and again, they're not happy with it. They just want to give us 1% of the sell-on clause and 19.7 mil. We couldn't come to a deal. I said 21.7. They rejected it. They only wanted to give me 19.7. So you know what? He's staying for now. Scout report on Tommy Conway has come back. He's 65 rated. I think we'll look elsewhere. I've put in a scout report on Semeno. Looks like a decent player. Looks like someone who could be a bit of a hidden gem. And Jonathan Birdcart has come up, and those stats look very decent for a 21-year-old. So we're going to scout him too. There are 2 Bayern Munich players that have popped up here that are interesting. We've got ourselves Musiala, whose release clause is 88 mil, and then Gravenberch as well, who's not going to go anywhere. Those 2 would be great, but I think they're out of reach. We've got Kosunu here from Leverkusen, who looks like he's got very good stats as well, so we're scouting him. Okay, this is a big one. We have a transfer offer for Harry Maguire, and he's valued at 20.5 million, and West Ham United want 25.3. I'm going to ask them for 29.5 because that's the max that my board says that I might be able to get from this deal. So let's negotiate a better deal. Let's go for that 29.5 and see what we can get. Considering it is to a rival Premier League team, we went for the 29.5 and they've actually accepted it straight up. Could I have got more? Potentially. But that is one big signing out the door. Harry Maguire is gone. Oh, there's so many training days to do at the moment. I've already done one this episode without showing you guys. Obviously, it's just not the most interesting part of the content, so I tend to skip it. Anyone know how I can get rid of having the instructions on the screen. It's kind of a little bit patronising. It's telling me how to pass a ball. AAA that time. Happy days. Jose's come and knocking. A transfer offer for David De Gea, including a swap deal with Andrea Belletti. What? Can't quite get my head around what this deal is right now. I'm rejecting it. I'm not getting rid of De Gea this season. Potentially next season we'll be getting a new goalkeeper in. I'm looking to get a youth goalkeeper in this season, but we're not getting rid of De Gea before the end of the 22-23 season. There's a few more players on our scout report. One of them is Julian Alvarez. Of course, we're not going to be able to get him. He's just gone to Man City, and they're just not going to sell to a rival club. João Pedro's another one that is quite interesting. Age 20, could come in. We'll scout him. We'll see how that goes. Ooh, a lead striker. Ooh, do we do it? Matthias Tell from Bayern Munich's worth scouting. As is Ruta from Hoffenheim. Ooh, and Moukoko. Okay, Moukoko looks very decent. In midfield, Curtis Jones has popped up, but again, just not realistic. Paul Lozano's kind of caught my eye. He's 22, so a little bit older than what I'd ideally want to go for, but he's looking good. As is Lloyd Dees, who's on a contract expiring in 12 months as well, so worth a scout. Tyrese Dolan looks very decent as a winger. Julio Cesar Enciso as well. Ooh, Jamie Bunoy Gittins looks very nice. Nathan Ngumu as well, but he's 22, so I'm going to leave him. Levi Colwell's at Chelsea. He's on loan at Brighton. He's not really someone we can go for right now. Andre Omobamidele. I can't even say his name. He's decent. He's getting scouted. Mario Vuskovic is also looking decent. Namdi Collins as well looks good. Again, contract expiring in 12 months. Worth looking at. So at the moment, we're scouting a lot of players, but I do want you guys to let me know who we should actually buy. Do we need anyone really to step in this season? I'd argue we really don't. We don't need anyone to start. We just need lots more backup, because at the moment, we've got one backup striker, a backup right winger, two backup centre midfielders, no backup CDM actually, looking at it. We got a real bad backup centre back. We've got a backup left back. No backup right back. Right back. We haven't looked at right back yet. Problem is the transfer market was so busy this summer just gone that it's actually genuinely quite hard to find some new players, because like Spence, for example, would have been a great right back to go for, but he got snapped up in the summer already. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, Harry. Oh, Harry, you know what, mate? It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time at United. But it's time for you to go. He's packed his bag and we're seeing him out the door. I shouldn't find that so funny. But that is genuinely funny they've put that in as a little bit of an animation when a player leaves. It's cool. I kind of like it. The guy at the desk is like, thank God he's gone. Manchester United to West Ham United for 29.5 million. Harry Maguire is gone. They've given us a C. A C for the price rating. We could have got a better price there, I think. This is pretty cool. You get a little bit of a lowdown as to how you did. You could have made 5.4 million more profit if you were more demanding during negotiations. We could have got that much more. Jesus. But there we go. Harry Maguire is gone. So we desperately need to get some centre-backs in now. Maguire sold and we're getting 26 million added to our transfer budget. We've got a loan offer for Bernard. It's a loan to buy. I don't really want to do a loan to buy. I'll propose a loan without a buy option and see if they take that. They don't want it. They just want to buy him later on. So, you know what? Scrap it. All these players that are coming back, I do kind of want to give them a chance in the team next year. So I don't really want them to go and stay somewhere. Okay, so Semenyo and Saliba have both come back. Saliba is looking decent. Very decent indeed. However, he's currently 80 rated and 34 mil. That's a lot of money for us to put into a guy that's just joined Arsenal. Semenyo as a backup striker looks very cool. 22 years old. Is a little bit older than I was hoping for. So you know what? We'll hold off a little bit, because we do have some other attacking options coming up soon. Okay, we have a transfer offer for Elanga from Atletico for 9.1 mil. At the moment, he is not for sale. He's definitely our backup right winger as things stand. So what I've done here is I've created another team sheet, and I've created a reserve team just to show us what sort of depth we've got at the moment. So our replacement striker will be Rashford. We've got Fred and Van der Beek in the middle, Elanga on the right. And then we've got no centre-backs, no right-back. And then we've got Williams at left-back, who arguably might actually be going. So it's more likely going to be Luke Shaw, because I don't think we're going to get a price for Luke Shaw that we actually want to accept. So that's what we're looking like at the moment. Dubravka in goal, of course. So we've got 5, 6, potentially 7 players to buy. A left winger, a complete back four, and a CDM. All kind of young, upcoming players that we need. We've got Pembele, who's a right back from PSG. We're going to put a scouting report in for him. Diamande from Lyon has come up. We're going to scout report him. Viti, a young Italian centre-back as well. And I'm holding out for this Lozano guy to be good, because he'll be a good CDM to bring in. We've got an offer for Van der Beek. We're looking at 23.4 million from Inter. That looks very interesting. It says we might be able to get up to 34. So let's see what we can do. If we were to get 34 for Donny, in fact, you know what? We'll try even more. I'm going to put 40 in. If we can get 40 for Donny, then that's pretty impressive. I mean, arguably, is there a player at Inter we'd be interested in, potentially? There's not, but we will submit this new offer. There's a huge gap. They're not interested. So I don't think I'm ready to let go of Donny yet, if I'm honest. We kind of need him. Okay, we've got 2 valuations have come back. First for the striker, he's not looking great at 76 rated. But this Kosunu looks very nice indeed. He's 75 rated already. Only a value of 10 mil. And good stats all around for a centre-back. I think he's someone we could grow. But for Bert Carr, I think there's probably going to be better options in the future. So we're going to go in for Kosunu. His market value is 10 mil, but their asking price is 14.4. We might have a chance of getting a deal around 11.5. So let's see what we can do here. So I'm going in with 11.5 straight off the bat and seeing what they say. They want Elanga plus... No. No. Yep, they're taking 11.5. We had to take Elanga out of that deal. There's no way I'm sending Elanga. So it's time to negotiate a wage with our new signing Kosunu. I think he's going to be decent. So he's asking for £37,000 a week, 330k signing on bonus, and if he keeps 5 clean sheets, he gets 240k. We'll take that. I think he's going to be someone we use in cup games potentially, but he's also kind of a player that we're investing in for the future. If we can level up this guy, I think he's going to be very decent. And here we go. Our first signing is turning up at the club. I'm assuming this guy's like our assistant manager or something. But our player literally looks like our receptionist. He looks identical. Here we are. Here's Erik Ten Hag introducing himself to Kosunu. Kosunu coming in as the first signing. Doing the medical tests, of course. Need to get those done before you sign on a big player. And yeah, here he is with his shirt. On for the first time, Kosunu signs as a Manchester United player. Right, what are they going to rate this transfer? In from Bayern Leverkusen, 11.5 mil. The rating is a C. Okay, could have got a better price potentially then by the looks of things. Stronger negotiation could have saved us 2.9 mil on this deal. So I reckon we could have gone down to, well, below 10 apparently. But in our defensive lineup for our reserve team, he does fit in quite nicely at centre-back. That still leaves a focus on the left wing, CDM, centre-back and right-back. And that's, of course, where you guys come in. Let me know in the comments down below who we should sign right now. But if we're playing this quite realistically, the likelihood is we're not going to be taking any of these guys out of the starting 11 anytime soon. Kosunu, by the way, fits in nicely on the bench. That's it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed, hit a like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment down below with who we should sign in our career mode, our rebuild of Manchester United on FIFA 23. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.